Okay, so uh, this is a question that which often comes to my mind. Can With regard to being called as Islamophobic. Well, I don't. I have never been called as an Islamophobic. However, you could say that I've been critical of Islam, and one thing that the very phrase Islamophobic is actually misconstrued in the sense. First of all, phobia is basically irrational fear. I don't see any person hating Islam having an irrational fear of phobia, irrational fear of Islam, which is technically the thing that it's words like homophobic or Islamophobic doesn't mean that you are afraid of Islam or afraid of homosexuals. You hate them, which technically would mean that if I would say I'm Islamophobic, then I do not have a right to hate Islam. Uh, but I guess I do have a right. I mean, if we say if it's a at the end of the day it's a religion, it's a worldview. I am sure that sentiments of people are attached with it, no doubt about it. But at the end of the day, it's a worldview with lot many things. It says lot many things, and it you interpret it, and so on and so forth. But I guess you have a right to hate it, just like you have a right to hate Christianity, just like you have a right to hate Hinduism, just like you have a right to hate communism, for that matter. I mean, why just restrict ourselves to so-called organized religions? At the end of the day, all of them are worldview. So communism to a certain extent was just like functioning just like religion. So I could certainly hate communism as well. So there is no doubt about whether a person should hate Hinduism or Islam or Christianity, etc. I guess what's important is that we respect them, even though we hate the ideology. We respect the people, and we respect the sentiments of the people, and we respect and we give them the right to believe what they believe, and a right to practice, as long as it doesn't offend us, right? As long as it doesn't not only offend us, it doesn't harm us. So I guess that is something which we could agree on. I mean, just hating Islam doesn't mean that you are wrong. You let's say if I'm okay. So I've met so many ex-Muslims in my life, and I've online as well. I've met so many. So one of the things almost all ex-Muslims would have in common is that they hate that religion, right? Now, are you saying that they are Islamophobic as well just because they hate their religion? Well, they have interpreted their religion a certain way. All of us interpret a religion a certain way. If we care about it, if we have lived it, or if we study about it, we are basically interpreting that particular religion whichever way it is. And the way we've thought it, it's something which harmed us, or would possibly we find that it would harm the world or harm people in general, and therefore we and that would be our opinion, and that's why we are hating that. I don't think so there is anything wrong about it. We certainly have a right to hate Islam or Christianity or any other religion for that matter. What we do not have a right is to discriminate people or hate people on the basis of the religion that they follow. So I cannot hate Muslims, or I cannot deny them services just because they are Muslims. But at the same time, I can hate Sharia. I can hate the fact that that Jesus is not God, while I believe that Jesus is God. So in Islam, Jesus is not God. I can hate that fact, right? Uh, I can hate the text which says that polygamy is allowed, right? I can hate that text which, I can hate the belief which says that, which some way or the other had endorsed the, marriage of Prophet Muhammad, who when he was 42, with Aisha when she was around 9, or some that age, around that, like, you could call it as a child marriage and not just other sorts of thing. But at the end of the day, you could hate it, right? Just like you hate child marriage, you could hate that fact as well. So I mean, there is, I don't think so anyone could stop you from hating what is inside that religion, or some aspects of that religion, or religion in its totality. You can hate that. What you cannot hate is, you cannot hate Muslims just because they, believe what they believe. So yeah.